Yeah, it's your boy AG, Cornerman Boxing. We got a special guest for y'all, my man Liam Muhammad, back in the building, man. A lot of people been asking for you, Unc. They miss you, man.
Well, champ, it's good to be here at the Prudential Center in Newark, one of my home stops. Shout out to my sister Kim, Mama D, all my Newark people. And it's good to be here. Ali Muhammad, Neil School. It's good to be in Newark again to support the community, the local shows for the upcoming fighters. Keith Cologne, who's on the card tonight in the building. Much love to him and his father and his family. You know, Corner Man, we got a lot of major fights coming up.
Right.
We're gonna stop at top rank. Keyshawn Davis on his way to a world title. And he looked good in Norfolk in the memory of Sweet Pea Whitaker. May he rest in peace. The greatest defensive fighter of all time. I think Top Rank gonna have a good show with Keyshawn and his brothers on the card. But you know, AG, we have to do better. Get these fights out. It ain't like the old days, everybody put up posters. Everybody wanna rely online. You got the promoters got to get out in the community, hold press conference, go to these schools and promote these fights. Look at this show, man. This place should have been packed in Newark.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that with all the major fights coming up, I was told today that Tank is damn near sold out.
I believe it.
Because he brings them to the table. Top Rank is Top Rank. You know, Bob Aaron, Brad Goodman is my guy. But what I will say, before I go back to Top Rank, February 14, Madison Square Garden, Benavidez tonight. If that's across the water?
Oh, Benavidez? No, it's Benavidez. They fighting in Las Vegas.
They fighting in Las Vegas?
Benavidez and Morrell.
On that undercard, David Benavidez?
No,
David?
He's the main event.
Yes. We got a girl on that card, me and Raheem out of Texas.
Who's that, man?
I can't think her name, but she's on that card. She's 5-0. She's on that card. She's the B-side. She fighting one of David Benavidez girls.
Oh, really?
Out of his camp.
Wow.
But you know, I wish him well. You know, he former champion. He can't get the fight he wants with Canelo. But you got to understand, if you don't bring it to the table, how can you eat off the table? You got to bring something to the table. Crawford bringing something to the table.
Right.
I don't know if Crawford can win.
Right.
I hope he win, because they're my people. Coach Red, you know he loved me and you, Coach Reds.
Right.
But what we have to be mindful, AG, with all the fights coming up. Now, I don't know this kid that Tank fighting. You ever seen him fight?
Yeah, I seen him
Is
fight.
it Roach?
Yeah, Lamont Roach.
Out of DC.
Yeah, he's a solid fighter.
Now, I heard
he's
he
actually a champion right now.
I heard he told Tank, we ain't got to wait. We can get them things and go to the street. So when you got a nigga talking like that, he don't care about taking that ring. He said, we can go to the bricks and get it on. But when you look at it, it's much better. This year is much better fights than it was last year. Local fights.
They're getting good, a lot of good fights.
Now, the last show here, it was a great show with Thomas LaManna, Cornflake, and his mother. They're doing a good job with Rising Promotion. And you know, I was with his grandfather, the late Thomas LaManna. Now I'm with the grandson. You know, his father, Benny, is my guy. AG, what do you think about them fights tonight in Las Vegas?
The ones, well, I mean, one thing that I like, it's getting a lot of attention from both casual fans and hardcore. Like, a lot of people, Benavidez stock is growing in America. Like, I agree you got to bring something to the table, but I think he's building that up. So I think a win tonight could help him.
The problem is that he wants too much.
Right.
He wants too much for Canelo. He don't bring what Crawford brings to the table. Who knows if Crawford may win? Who knows?
What do you think about that fight? Because now that you touched on it, like,
I think that Bomack's gonna get him ready. You're looking at two 37-year-old bodies. Which one is Father Time gonna grab?
Right.
See what I'm saying? Which one I'm gonna grab?
Right.
I mean, you know, you got a lot of fights coming up in the spring. Devin Haney's back. I talked to Bill, my brother Bill tonight, Salaam Alaikum. I talked to Bill Haney tonight. You know, we getting it done.
Yeah, there's a lot
But the point I'm trying to make, Crawford is a superstar. David Benavidez is a superstar in Mexico.
Right.
He's not a world university.
Right.
Nobody has the appeal of Ray Leonard, Camacho, Chapo Rosario,
Oh, yeah.
all the greats, Marvin, late Marvin, Tommy, and Ray. Nobody has that appeal across the board where people gonna take off work, put movies on hold to come and enjoy the festival. Nobody did the show like DK,
Yeah.
only in America.
There you go. That's
So
another level.
you have to understand what is going on in boxing. Now, when I look at it in this day and term, when I see the beneficence of the fight game, we look at it. Now with Top Rank coming in with Keyshawn, you cannot count Aram out. You can't count Aram out. Aram's a legend. How you doing, champ?
How's it going?
Good to see you.
What do you think about that Keyshawn fight? You think he gonna walk the guy over or he in trouble?
Well,
What you think?
my problem with Keyshawn is that Crawford's not doing right. Why would you fight a boy for the world title in New York and he's from Norfolk and he just left Norfolk? That don't make sense.
Right.
It's not Bob, it's not Brad Goodman. It's Todd DeBuff, his stepson. Why would you bring a guy that just packed 14,000 in the scope and remember Sweet Pete Whitaker, but you want to fight him in the theater for the world title in New York? That don't make sense.
Right. I hear you.
What I always said, it's never personal. It's always business. Miles Lansky told me as a kid, he said, champ, it's never personal. It's always business. So what I'm saying, AG, David Benavidez keep crying for Canelo. What do he got to bring for Canelo to want him?
Right.
You not bringing the kind of money that they're getting. That's what I'm saying. They have to be mindful of what is going on in boxing. I think it's a bad move on Top Rank. I think they should have went back to Norfolk and do what they do. You just packed the scope. Why are you coming to the theater? It don't make sense.
You think maybe they could be trying to appeal to the Ukrainian fan base? The other guy's Ukrainian, maybe that? I don't know.
Well, Ukraine is not big in New York. Rob might know about Ukraine. I don't know about Ukraine. But I do know boxing. 60 years of boxing, been with all the greats and all the near greats. I'm a Hall of Famer. I didn't get to the Hall by going to Sunday school, and nothing went wrong with going to Sunday school. I put the work in with DK, Butch, Aram, and all. But why would you bring a kid to New York to fight for the title, and he just packed 16,000 people at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia?
Right.
It don't make sense. He's from Norfolk. He's from the hood. He's going to pack it. How many people coming from Norfolk?
I hope they drive up here. I mean,
It's not going to happen.
I hope they
It's
come.
not going to happen.
Yeah, they saying they got a bus coming. I mean, it might not be a lot of people, but
But you got to understand, AT, when Roach, what I like about Roach, he told Tank, we can take it to the streets with them things. We ain't got to wait on the ring. We can go to the bricks. When you got a guy talking like that, he don't care about Tank. Tank ain't fought in almost 2 years.
true.
So that's the same thing with 2 years. Who knows? Who knows?
That could happen.
The same thing coming up in the fall with Crawford and Canelo. You got two 37-year-old bodies.
Right.
Which one is Father Time gonna grab?
What do you think about Crawford going up to that weight? You don't think that'll affect him? He was stopping everybody till he fought at 54, and he didn't stop that guy.
Well,
So you think he's gonna have a harder time going even up even more?
I think it's gonna be hard, but I see Father Time grabbing Canelo before he grabbed Crawford. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Now, on that Better Bill fight tonight, what you think?
Benavidez? It's a pretty evenly matched. I thought the odds was gonna be wider, man, but I would see Benavidez as the favorite. You know, he gotta win. He gotta keep that machine going, keep building his name up. And you know, the winner of this is supposed to fight the winner of Bevo Better Be for Undisputed. So
Bevo Better Bill on that card tonight?
now they fighting in February on the Shakur card. They the main event on that Shakur card.
Across the water.
Yeah. So
Well, when you get to Shakur, You know he left Top Rank.
Right.
You know, I believe he left Top Rank. You know I love JP and Antonio. But I don't want to say something, but what I will say, if JP had something to do with it, I think he did it in the best interest of the fighter.
Right.
But what I will say, Eddie Hearn can't get his money back. Because you got to have a major fight for Eddie to get his money back. Who he going to fight? He fighting the dead man for the Arabs. He fighting the dead man. He just fought 2 dead men here. You was there, and they cussed me out. Because 2,000 people walked out.
Shoot.
He's done. He don't have it. But I wish him well. May Allah bless him and his wife and his children. If he win, he win. If he lose, he lose. He left Top Rank.
Right.
Who could have put him in a position to get that big payday?
I mean, all you got left for a Tank. If Tank want to fight him, or...
Well, I don't see. Eddie may work with Al and Sam. Eddie may not. True. Eddie's about taking care of England. He ain't worried about nobody. Eddie only signed him because he knew he could get some of his money back from the Sheik. Right, That's why he signed Shakur. What beneficial to him? Eddie's an English promoter. See what I'm saying? Nothing against the kid. I wish him well. Jay Press is my guy, him and Antonio. But it's never personal. It's always business.
Right.
So if you win, you win. Alhamdulillah, you feed his family.
Speaking of Eddie Hearn, we seen he signed Boots. Boots had a showing in Philly. You know, I didn't never get to ask you about that, and now Boots, got another fight.
Boots. You know, I said this. I don't think he's that good.
Yeah, I remember. We talked about it.
I think he's a guy that's round the door like all the other guys that was round the door. Yaki Lopez. All those guys stayed around the door for Michael Spinks. I think he's a doorkeeper with a title. I don't see him getting a major fight. Nobody, he looked bad in Philadelphia. He looked horrible in Philadelphia.
Fans leaving like they did with Shakur, same thing.
I mean, you got to have something in front of you. He needs a guy to make him fight. He don't want Crawford kill him. Earl Spinks with no eyes to kill him. But when you look at it, if he fight the only thing he can do to put him in a household name is to fight Teofimo Lopez. We have to fight him in New York. Teofimo is not going to Philadelphia. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Boots, you got to go back and watch his brother. His brother was a hell of a fighter. But Bosey put more time into Boots. See, much as I love Bosey, I love his mother. His mother's my sweetheart. But what I will say, and Bosey, I love you. I think Bosey needs to step aside and bring in a renowned trainer. My personal opinion, I think Coach K would be a good fit for him.
Coach K.
I think he would be a good fit. He's a seasoned veteran. He's very humble, and you can bring in the old man, Al Fennell, who trains our girl, Kayla.
Michaela Mayer?
Michaela.
Oh, you talking about Al Mitchell? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
because he's a Philadelphia guy.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a legend, and you got Freddie Jenkins. You got guys around them. Bosey needs to step aside. Bosey, you love your son. But you got to let those that come, the moving shakers. You're not a moving shaker. They're going to be close nights. That way you may not get the nod. But if you got the right guys there, you're going to get the nod.
A lot of times some politics play a part, right?
It's never personal. It's always business.
Right.
I learned from the old Guineas, John Conlon, all them guys at the Garden. Big Leon, Big Country. It's about the backroom deals. It's not about, you people come to fight, they don't know nothing about the bureau, how you make the fights.
Right.
But what I will say before I go, man, that the world know that the World Boxing Bureau is here.
Yes, sir.
We are available for Intercontinental and the world title.
Talk to me a little bit about that, huh? What you got going on?
Well, the president is right here. Raheem Burke, he's the president of the World Boxing Bureau. He's the president. I'm the executive advisor. God have blessed us. We had the belt, which is a 20-year-old belt, giving it out to Billy Mitchum, who brought us on. The president took it over. In 90 days, God have blessed us. We got 3 belts and it ain't been 90 days.
See, got
We on our way.
Card here if y'all want that information.
Yeah. So the world know, the World Boxing Bureau will be available titles for girls and females, for female and guys, for the world title. Our next stop is Wisconsin.
Word, I like that. Okay.
Our first stop to K&G Promotion was in Auburn, New York, January 18th. We got 2 titles there. The blessings is coming.
Yes,
so y'all look out for the World Boxing Bureau. Bing, round 12. We'll see you soon. All right, champ.